Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video, we're going to talk start collecting Warhammer 40k, and today we're taking a look at the Watchers of the Gate box set, one of the brand new Battleforces coming out this Christmas in 2022. Now, in this video, we're going to go through, talk about all the units that come inside the box set before looking at some other units we can use to expand upon this initial purchase. We'll then finally finish off the video with a little sample 1500 point army list for you to use as some inspiration for starting your own army of the Adeptus Custodes using the Watchers of the Gate box set. And so, contents of the box set, we get one Captain General Trajan Valoris. He is a named character option for the Custodes, and he is their Captain General. This is a pretty cool rule for him because it means while your army is Battleforged, he must be the Warlord. However, you gain an extra command point if all the models are Adeptus Custodes and your army is Battleforged, excluding obviously Anathema Sarcana, Agents of the Imperium, and unaligned units that don't break, your force organization. And he also gets 2 Warlord traits instead of 1. On top of this, he has a Legendary Commander aura where friendly Adeptus Custodes core units within 6 inch of him. Each time that unit makes an attack, you can reroll a hit or a wound roll of 1. Then he's got a cool once per game ability called the Moment Shackle. He can choose to use one of the following abilities once per game. He can either fight once he's fought already, choose to make a failed saving throw, a damage 0 attack against him, or he can choose to, after an enemy is fought, if he's next eligible to fight, he can fight next, so he can interrupt. Now, he's got his Watcher's Axe, which is a melee ×2 weapon, so he's going to have strength 10, -3 AP, damage 3 with 6 attacks. You can also choose to use his Misericordia for strength user and -2 AP, damage 1, but will get an additional attack every time he attacks with a weapon, so he can punch out a ton of attacks with the Misericordia as well. Now, we then, alongside him, get a unit of Virtus Praetors. These are the jet bike Custodes you can see on the top left. They are pretty decent with a 2+ save and 5 wounds per model and toughness 6. You've got the Implacable Vanguard rule where each time this unit advances, you don't make an advance roll. Instead, you automatically just add 6 to their advance roll. And they've got the option to be equipped with either Hurricane Bolters for a rapid fire 6, strength 4, no AP, damage 1 weapon, or a Salvo Launcher for an extra 5 points, heavy 1, strength 8, -4 AP, damage D3 +3. All of them are going to be equipped with an Inceptor Lance, which is a melee weapon for +2 strength, -3 AP, damage 2, and each time the bearer makes a melee attack with this weapon, if it made a charge move or performed heroic intervention, you can add 1 to the attack's wound roll. Now, we then go looking at the Alaris Custodians. These are the Terminators, essentially, of the Adeptus Custodes. I know they're all sort of in, pseudo-Terminator armor, but these are in, pseudo-Terminator armor, I guess we could say. You can choose to equip them with a variety of different weapons, from the Guardian Spears, Castellan Axes, and you can also give them Misericordias as well. And they've got the Ballistus Grenade Launchers as well there. The Slayer of Tyrants rule is each time this unit piles in or consolidates, each model unit can move towards an enemy character instead of the closest enemy model in range, so long as one or more of their units finishes the move within engagement range. So it's really hard for your opponent to try and protect their characters near these. These guys are essentially going out hunting characters. 4 wounds each and a 2+ armor save with 2+ weapon skill and ballistic skill 2 is nice. Now, the last thing we get inside this box set is 15 Custodian Guard. These are your baseline troops for the Custodes. Now, they can have either the Guardian Spears, and they can have Guardian Spears and the Misericordias, or they can choose to take the Sentinel Braids and Prodisium Shields to add 1 to the saving throws for the bearer. This can really make them hard to shift. They've got 3 wounds apiece, a base 2+ save, super durable unit, and really good for, a basic troops choice for the army. Now, it should also be mentioned that you can make a Shield Captain from any of the 3 unit types you have in here. The Shield Captain is pretty much a baseline sort of character. Imagine something like what we talked about with Trajan Valoris, but on a lesser level. Now, you can also, with the Alaris Custodians and the Custodian Guards, choose to build a Vexus Praetor as well. Vexus Praetors can choose to take one of the different banner options, which can either give out light cover, dense cover, or +1 attack to surrounding models. Now, looking at where to go next, one of the new character models that has come out for the Custodes and provides something a little bit different is the Blade Champion. Now, the Blade Champion can use his Vault Swords to do a different variety of attacks. He can choose to do Warhammr, which is plus 2 strength, minus 4 AP, damage 2, and he automatically wounds models on a 4+. As long as they're made against a monster or vehicle. His Hurricanus allows him to get 2 hit rolls instead of 1, so doubling his attacks. Or the Victus, each time you make an attack with his weapon against a character, you can reroll the wounds, so damage 3 against characters with reroll wounds and AP minus 4. He's got the Consummate Swordsman ability where each time a melee attack is made and a modified hit roll of a 1 to 3 always fails against him, and each time a melee attack is allocated to this model, add 1 to his armor saving throws, as he's just such a good fighter. He can use his Legacy of Combat ability too, where at the start of the fight phase, if this model is within engagement range of any enemy units, it can fight first in the phase. If this model is eligible to perform heroic intervention, it can do so 6 inch away and 5 inch vertically. Each time it makes a heroic intervention move, so long as it ends either closer to the closest enemy model or within engagement range of an enemy character. So he can go character hunting like his friends we talked about before, the Custodes, the Alaris unit. Now, we also have, alongside the Custodes, is their supporting units, and that is the Sisters of Silence. These come in a variety of different models, from the Prosecutors you see here, which are the bolter-wielding basic troop, to the Vigilators, which have got some nice big swords, or the Witch Seekers, which is a unit equipped with flamers. You can also take the Knight Centurions as well, which are the unit leaders for them. For me, there's a good different options. Their real big thing for the Anathemas Arcana is they just can't be affected by psychic powers at all, and they provide some negative buffs to psychic powers around them. Now we then have the Custodian Wardens. This is a unit that's, I guess, the opposite of the units we've already sort of looked at in the Alaris Custodians, where the Custodian Wardens actually protect your own characters. So you've got the Watchman. While a friendly shield host character is within 3 inches of them, the character can use the Lookout Cert even if this unit contains 3 or less models. And then Binding Oaths, each time a model in this unit would lose a wound, you roll a d6, and on a 6 the wound is not lost. Lastly, we have the different versions of Contemptor Dreadnought available to us. Contemptor Dreadnoughts are just really nice. 2+ armor save, weapon skill, ballistic skill 2+, and you've got a variety of different weapon options. You've got the Achilles variation, which has the Dread Spear for a ×2 strength, minus 3 AP, damage D3 +3 weapon, or you can go for the Galatus, which has a Galatus shield and Galatus Warblade, giving it a 4-up invulnerable save and making your opponent -1 to hit that particular Dreadnought. And so here we have our sample army list, 1500 points for the Adeptus Custodes. Now we're using the Warzone Nephilim rules, and we're going to be playing in the Shadow Keepers Shield Host, or sub-faction, whatever you like to call them, for the Custodes. The Shadow Keepers is going to give us the ability when an enemy unit is within engagement range of one or more of our units, they subtract 1 from their attack characteristic, and each time a model in this unit with the trait makes an attack against a character unit, you can re-roll wound rolls. So some nice, solid, decent benefits there. Now, we've got a Trajan Valoris, who is going to be our Warlord for the army. He has to be. This does mean he gets 2 different Warlord traits for himself, with the Champion of the Imperium, where he can perform heroic interventions at 6 inch. And then he's also got his Master of Martial Strategy, where when this warlord's on the battlefield, each time you spend a command point to use a stratagem, you get it back on a 5+, and once per battle, if units in your army are using a martial kata, before selecting the kata stance for your army, you can change the order of your martial katas being used as well. So some cool abilities there. Now we've gone for a Shield Captain to support him as well. The Shield Captain is going to be a Master of Stances, where in your command phase you can select one Adeptus Custodes core or character unit within 6 inch, and until the start of your next command phase you can benefit from both the abilities of the Martial Kata you're using. On top of that, he's also going to have the Stasis Oubliette, which is the Shadow Keeper's particular relic. What this does is, at the start of the fight phase, you can select an enemy unit within engagement range of the bearer, and that unit is not eligible to fight until all other units from your army have fought. Now, moving into troops, we've got 3 units of Custodian Guard. One of them will be 3 models strong, and 2 will be 5. The 2 5-model squads are going to have Guardian Spears and Misericordias on one of them, and the other one has the Prodisium Shields and the Sentinel Blades. Meanwhile, we've got 2 Prodisium Blades and Sentinel Shields in there with a Guardian Spear and Misericordia in the unit of 3. Elites wise, we have 3 of our Alaris Guardian Custodians. They're going to have the Ballistic Grenade launchers. And we've got a Vexus Praetor in there as well with the Vexilla Magnifica. Like, really, none of them cost any points, so find which one suits you for that Vexilla. Lastly, rounding out the army in our fast attack option, we have 3 of the Virtus Praetors with salvo launchers and Misericordias. If you've got any thoughts and ideas on how to run this particular box set with your Adeptus Custodes, let us know down in the comments below. And so that is the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and drop us a comment down below letting us know what you thought about the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our little community here, you can do so over on the Cinderful Gaming Discord server, which is linked down in the video's description. Also, if you'd like to help support the channel, you can do so either by joining Patreon or YouTube members or grabbing some merch from our Teespring or Ko-fi stores, all of which are linked down in the video's description. Anyone who helps support the channel, we are greatly appreciative of. For our Patreon and YouTube members, we'd like to give you all a shout out for everyone who does support the channel. So thank you to our Patreon members: Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Love, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising Ape, Q Dynamic, Anthony B, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Bloobs, Benjamin Swallows, Redman, and DeHaven, Kevin Bowman, Iron Grinch, and our YouTube members: Greenridge Gaming, Kenton Young, Ronya, Lockdoric, the Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, John Castle, Davis Weir, and James South. Lastly, a special shout out to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork you see on the channel. Thank you so much for all the work you put in on that end. With that said, everyone, don't forget to like and subscribe. Once again, stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.